Plaintiff Brittany Barmore says the defendant is a regular customer at the bar where she works, and she thought he was a stand-up guy. But he turned out to be a freeloading alcoholic who doesn't take care of his kids. Brittany's suing because she paid the defendant for a scooter, but she let him borrow the scooter and he never returned it. Defendant Jack Pierce says after he met Brittany, they went on a date together and even shared a couple of kisses, but it never went anywhere. Jack insists he tried to get in contact with Brittany regarding the scooter, but she never responded, and therefore he feels he doesn't owe.
Start with you.
I met Mr. Pierce through my job. He's a customer. He comes in and plays Texas Hold'em. I thought he was a stand-up guy at first. Obviously he's not. He's an alcoholic. He come in, he racks a good tab up, but he's always been able to pay his bill.
How often does he come?
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do free Texas Hold'em at the club bar.
So that's twice a week. Why do you think he's an alcoholic?
Because of how much he drinks while he's there, and he's still sober, or not sober, but appears to be sober when he leaves.
Yeah, well, that's not alcoholic, ma'am. That's a lush.
Okay, a lush.
Call it what it is. He's a lush.
He's a lush.
In your opinion, right?
Yes, he
lush?
comes off as a stand-up guy.
I'm not.
You say he's not. Go ahead.
He comes off like he's a stand-up guy, and that he's one of those people who believes in taking care of their kids, and that he believes in working and so forth and so forth. And come to find out, he's just a bum. He doesn't work. He freeloads off everybody else.
How do you figure that?
Because he doesn't work. You gotta have a job.
Why does he pay all these bills?
He don't. He doesn't. He doesn't take care of his kids. Child support's chasing him like I am.
First time I heard of that, Your Honor.
You give me some background.
Well, Your Honor, I met Brittany at her place of employment, yes, up there playing cards a couple times a week. Thought we formed a good friendship. We exchanged phone numbers, went out on a date, shared a couple kisses. We ended up, I went up there on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but that was just because.
Like I said, he's a drunk.
Get back to these kisses. What happened?
Yeah. Well, Your Honor, I mean, we.
You couldn't close the deal?
I don't know. I mean, I tried and.
Well, just ask. See what happened. Just ask her now. What happened?
He's a drunk.
Did you smell alcohol on it?
I served him the alcohol.
When you tooted up to kiss him also.
I didn't toot up to kiss him. I mean, like I said, he's a drunk.
Did you kiss the man
I didn't
or not?
ever go out on a date with the man.
Did you ever kiss him?
No. Never kissed the man. Didn't go out on a date with the man.
Honor,
he comes to my work and frequents.
We went to the boat together.
We did go to the boat together. That wasn't a date. A date would mean that you come and pick me up and take me out. That doesn't mean that
you went to the boat. Did you go to the boat?
I drove to the boat. I drove to the boat. And
there's a certain connotation when women go to a man's boat.
Yeah. He drove coattails with me. I left my place of employment to go to the boat.
If you went to that boat, ma'am, you don't go to a man's boat.
It was a boat to gamble, casino.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, he's a drunk who gambles.
All right. So you're talking about his personal boat.
Yeah, well, no, hell no, he ain't got no boat. If he did, I would be suing him $500 for a scooter.
He has a scooter, you say.
Yes,
what are you suing him
just
about?
flattened it.
Tell me about this lawsuit with the scooter.
I purchased a scooter from him for my son's birthday. It was going to be a gift for my son. I asked him, is the scooter stolen? Because if it is, I can't have no part of it because it's going to be a gift. I can't allow my son to go out on a gift and get pulled over and get in some kind of trouble. He said, no, he purchased it from his neighbor. Everything was on the up and up. I gave him $500 cash for it. He brought the scooter over to the house, parked it, bam. The next day, he asked me if he could get some things from the scooter, and he would be gone about 15, 20 minutes to empty it out. He would be right back. I allowed him to do that. He was gone. 2-3 hours passed. I start texting him, where are you, where are you? He doesn't text me back. Finally, at about 11 o'clock that night, he texts me back and says, everything's all good, I'm okay, I'll be there shortly. Then next thing you know, he texts me back 20 minutes later, I've been pulled over by the police, they're repossessing the scooter, they're taking the scooter, it was stolen. And I had the text messages there.
And
he'll pay me back each payday Which, you know, at that moment, I should have, if I thought about it, you don't have a job. What payday? I mean, you know.
And he had-
And then so I waited a week because supposedly he was going to work for a full week in Florida. I waited until after he got back, and I texted him and I said, hey, what about some money? He texted me back, who is this? For a guy that's going to pay me back. For a guy that's going to pay me back and
Doesn't recognize your number
you think you know the
anymore.
number. I've not changed my number in 15 years.
Okay. Sir, you give me your...
Well, Your Honor, first off, what she has said is halfway right and halfway wrong. The night that we went to boat together, we had stayed together all night at her house.
How could we be at the boating at my house?
We got up next morning, went out running around.
We got up the next morning. Wait a second. If we was at the boat, when
Ma'am,
we
let
go
him
to sleep?
finish.
She went and paid bills. I rode around with her. She went back to her house. She was getting ready to go to work. I had asked her if I could use the scooter to run around. She said sure. So I got the scooter, left. She went to work. And yes, it did get stolen from me. But I didn't go out and take things out of it. I didn't do anything like that.
He was a third-party victim of a crime, ma'am. He's like the victim as well as you. However, did you agree to repay her? She
Yes, I
says
did.
You
I
agreed
did
to
say
pay.
that, Your Honor.
All
I
right.
did agree to pay her back. I had gone to Florida, was supposed to be down there for 10 days. We ended up only being down there about 4.
So why are you changing now? Why are we here today if you agreed to pay her?
Well, Your Honor, I just feel like I don't owe it to her because I had made ample opportunities to try to get a hold of her. I've sent word through somebody that plays cards with us. She never responded to
You got a hold of her today. Now what?
No, I didn't get a hold of her that day. The
I
person.
know, but you have her today. So what's your excuse today?
I just feel like I don't know her because she didn't try to get in contact with me. She
All right, everybody's in contact with each other today. Now what?
I just feel like, you know, with her not getting in touch with me or anything with text messages that I sent to her.
You told her you didn't know who she was when she texted you.
I did tell her that. That is true, Your Honor. I did.
Well, then she tried to get in contact
got in
with you,
contact
and
with
you
me a
tried to
couple
play
times.
crazy. What?
2 weeks.
2 or 3 times she tried to.
Where's the scooter?
The scooter was restolen.
Restolen.
Fourth party victim.
Right, a fourth party victim. What were those circumstances? How did you get it back first?
I actually got the scooter back because a friend of mine had told me where it was. It was in my neighborhood. I had the actual title of it. I took the title and the other set of keys, matched up the VIN number, and I got it back.
Okay.
Put it back on my property. I had tried to send a text to her, but I never heard from her.
He
I
didn't
was
know
gonna
my
let her
I
number.
want to know how it was restolen. It's restolen.
It was stolen because it was off of my property that they had stolen it.
That's not what he
Where
told
had
me
you put
happened.
it?
It was in my yard, in my backyard.
He didn't tell me that anything other than that the police took it and that the person who did own the scooter showed up on the scene and was able to prove it
You
was
tell
their
the
scooter.
police repossessed it or not?
No, I did not tell her that the police, I said I got stopped on it. But I did not tell her that the police were taking it or it was being repoed by the police
Well, then why
All right.
even tell me the police stopped you?
because they did.
Have you been looking for it a second time like you found it the first time?
No, I have not.
All right, well, you keep looking. In the meantime, give her $500. $500 for judgment. Have a good day.
So after this, we can try to be friends again. I do apologize.
Hell no.